Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good evening. Sean Higgs coming at you here. Little late night money look at lines. Tuesday, February the 17th. Looking at college basketball for Tuesday, February 17th. Welcome on to the show. King D's in the house. Justin. Iowa State covers. Did they get there? Never in doubt. Never in doubt. Never in doubt. That's how we roll. Never in doubt winners, baby. 3-2 today with our free picks. Lamar, Iowa State, Tarleton won't get there. We did drop Wagner and Mississippi Valley. I got to tell you, I'm gonna take it on the YouTube for picks and parlays. They're gonna come after me. Especially some guy Mike would say I suck. Basically, said I stink at college basketball. He's gonna get me. He's gonna come out today. He didn't comment today. Off of the winner yesterday. But I know it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. It happens. What am I going to do? 147 and 108 plus 135 with the free picks. King D's in the house. Under live 143. Nice winner. Niner fan is in the house. Mississippi Valley is a disgrace. Yeah. Yes, they are. What is it looks a little, the screen looks, oh, you know why I got the screen a little loaded? Here we go. I'm finding out how to switch the share button. So it says if you click on your profile picture where it says live, click on the share button, bottom right. Post this. There you go. That is what's happening here, huh? There we go. Now my screen is better. Now there we go. Now I'm going to get a whole 9 viewers now on the YouTube here. Excuse me, on the X. I figured it out. They finally put a little thing in here to help my stupid butt. I need all the help I can get. Incarnate Wood, loser Tarleton, winner. I had one game today, King D, that I bet on. It was ULL, and they lost. I'm not upset. That's baseball, Susan. We're going to lose a game. 272 and 236 with our college basketball. So, I don't win them all. I know there's people on the X that win every single game. One day I'll be that good to win everything. But until that happens, I have to I'm going to hold off. I'm going to hold off on that. College basketball since January 1st. 142 and 114, I believe. 55% here. Let me see. How many totals? 9 and 8 in totals since the start of the year. Not a lot. Definitely not a lot. That is, I thought I had more. And because I was looking, it took a minute, King D. I said before, I was 96 and 100 November 1st to December 10th. And it was just kind of clawing back and forth and trying to get over the hump and stuff like that. But then we got there. Then we started hitting our little games, and we went on our little run. And here we are now. December, January, February. So basically 2 full months, right? Because I say December 11th. So 142 and 114 since January 1st. And then I go back to where we got good on the 11th. That pumps us up to 176 and 135. Again, 56.6%. Some people frown on. They think that's bad. That's 300 games. 56.6. Just this year, when we've gone to like the dogs, let's see, 1, 2, well, one, two, three, 1, 4, 4 and 3. All right, so totals up to that we're 4 and 3. So really, just on dogs for college basketball from the 8th, 121 and 93. 121 and 93. I mean, that's not. And again, there was maybe if we have 5 favorites in there. If we have 5 favorites in that group, I would be shocked if it was that many. Right? Because I've doing a lot of dog work. I mean, that's what? How many games? 214. $57% dogs. Cashing. Not too bad. We'll take it. Michael B's in the house. Doing pretty good with the totals. Listen, if you're going to watch a game and do lives, excellent. I'm not watching. I'd rather just bet it, forget it, and collect. Michael B wants the NBA back. BS basketball. Come on. Crap. Mr. First Quarter. Jake's in the house. Fell asleep last night. It happens. Listen to the replay. iHeartRadio podcast after the fact. Yeah. Gardner Webb tomorrow. It fits it. It fits the bill. If it fits the bill, it is not a good one to do. I'm trying to remember the last time I took them. And I took Mississippi Valley today. Said, hey, we're going to roll them out here as a free pick. Did a video on them. Now, the Webb is just as pathetic. 3 and 24. They lost by 10 on New Year's Eve to these guys. And again, I want a team. If I'm going to take a bad team, I need some results on the road for covering. Presbyterian, they covered that one. 68-62, they covered against 17. Again, 18.5, loser. 60.5, loser. 27, loser. There's a 23 cover. And then that's it. So we're what? 1 and 1, 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 2 and 3 now with them on the road. I'm not talking about them covering against Tennessee. It's not an equal team. It's 40 points. Not interested. I need them on a road catching. Couldn't cover 13 at Queens. Couldn't cover 20 at NC Wilmington. Neutral court getting 8 you couldn't cover. 10-point dog losing by 30 at Navy on a neutral. 20-point on. I mean, you covered against Elon. On the road, 24. I can't. And this goes into the ugly category. They are 48 and 50. The uglies, Justin. I'm not doing it. They are not. They will not be out of the shell to be bet tomorrow. They're not a free pick. They don't make it as a close call. And this is part of, how I separate my games. You saw them last year. We separated into the uglies, the close calls, and the ones that are in. And if you're not adjusting on your handicapper things, you were it's not going to pay off for you. You can't just blindly be like, we're going to keep doing this all the time. That is not what I want to do all the time. I'm looking. No. Nope. No, thank you. No, thank you. They do not make it. Never in doubt Iowa State, Dan. Someone said he wins a race. I try to preach that. And obviously you have to see that by who I take. Big dogs, road dogs. At least at the NBA, we don't get all these home court BS calls. Look, I love college basketball. There's no shady stuff going on in some of these games. Shady. You don't think there's shady stuff in the NBA? Louisville in the smooth, Jake. Let's get into tomorrow's game. So, for me, I'll post them up here for you. Here we go. We got a little late night action here. A little late night money. Purdue. A little Purdue chicken nuggets for you here. I'm going to post these up here on the X as well. If you haven't followed on the X, please do. We're up to 5,257 followers. Thank you. We're going to put these out here on the X. Look at lines. CBB. So we're taking the Boilermakers on the money line versus Michigan. I know Michigan's very well. Yes, they're a very good team. Final Four team. I'm going to say, yeah, they're probably Final Four team. Can they lose a game again? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think they might not. This game's more important than the next game. I believe they have Duke. I think Purdue's a tough squad. We take Purdue on the money line. Central Michigan plus the 5. Justin, where you at? This is my a team that's kind of a close call. It's a close call kind of team here. 59 and 50 does not put money in your pocket in a close call situation, but that is the record with these teams. Ball State at plus 9.5 fits the bill at 109 and 65. Money in your pocket. Ball State 9.5 fits the 109 and 65 category. Tennessee Martin is a little bit of a trickier one because, if this game was 5 or 6, I would probably be looking towards the dog in this one. This was actually 2.5 earlier, and I just sat on it and looked, and now it's gone up. T. Martin will get it. Michigan State under. I think I fat-fingered that one. I do not think they are. I don't think it's 149.5. I think it's 141.5. If I gotta get that one right, I think I shimmied it up my fingers there. It should be a 140.5. That should be. That should be a 140.5. We got to adjust that. We're going to have all hell breaking loose on this one. People think I'm going to go in here and buy 9 points on the total. That is not right. That is 140.5. 140.5. Give me the under. Under. Now Jake was looking for some more college hoops. Let's we'll pull the banner down, and we'll roll it as a scroll maybe for those under the like button. So Jake was like, hey, Louisville and the SMU. Louis 3.5 here over SMU. I would lean SMU. You could, again, am I going to be involved in this one? That's probably a firm no. Just because I like a game does not mean we're going to bet it or put it out. I can't do that. That's like crazy, because you could talk yourself and do games and just write yourself into all types of different every single side or total on action. But I do like the SMU as a small dog here at home. Southeast Missouri, yeah. Listen, if we were getting more points than the 3 here, 3.5, Justin, Southeast would be the call. Even 4.5, even if it's a 4.5, 5, I'd be all right. It's a close call kind of game I'd be interested in. 3? No, and honestly, there was a couple games past that I took. Where's my little book? I'm trying to find what book it is in here. Where are they? Where are you? Come out, wherever you are. Oh, Drexel and Green Bay, just two right off the top of my head. Pennsylvania, I think this had to be like last week sometime. Those games are 1 and 2, where I was like, you know what? I kind of was overthinking. There's not been that many of them. No, here we go. Crane and Western Michigan, 0 and 2 on those games. So now we're at 1 and 4. So maybe I should be on the SEMO Southeast Missouri. Detroit, another one. No, excuse me. That was a plus. I wasn't a minus. Excuse me. That was not right. But yeah, these ones like this where I want more points, thinking, all right, I'm not getting 5. I'm going to go with the home team. Or I'm taking a team at a pick 'em. They should be a 2 or 3 point favored. They've lost. It has not paid off for me. Has not paid off. So there's my truth there. I'm not going to lie and try to spin another way. 2-team parlay: Michigan State and Villanova. Sparty's laying, 9 here? A big chunk for sure. And they're off a game they have, 92 points? Whole lot of points. So I like the under. UCLA's an under bunch. We're doing a money line here. I'm not going to say no to that. I think they win. So again, 9.5. And Villanova. Where's Villanova? 609, 610. 4.5 point faves here now, huh? That looks about right for me. That looks about right. Good luck to you. Central Florida in a bounce back spot against TCU. This one here, it was 2.5. I'd like it to be a little more, to be honest with you. You know, Michael, if this was 3, 4, I'd like it more. You know, TCU on the road, they lost. The fact that this has come down to 2, don't love that. I don't love that, but I'm not high on TCU. 2-4 on the road. Last year on the road, they lost here by 25. On the road this season, you beat Oklahoma State in overtime in a pick'em. That's all you need to know about Oklahoma State. Lost to Colorado by 25. You beat Baylor by 7 as a 5-point dog. Lost by 3 at Utah. You were a 4-point favorite. Lost by 6 at BYU, getting 12. Lost to Kansas, getting 4. Overtime, getting 6. You beat North Texas on the neutral. Lost to Whiskey on the neutral. Lost to Florida on neutral. I'm not going to – those are not South Florida type teams. But Colorado is. I think Baylor is. You can definitely you want to take a little UCF here? I'm not going to say no. We'll do a little where? In Orlando? A little Florida basketball here? Is that where they play? Let's go. I can see Central Florida getting it done here. UMass on the schedule? Yes, they are. They're home. Live from Amherst. All right, now, see, this is where we're trying to be cute. Is this a cutesy play here in Maction? You're trying to be cutesy bootsy? Undefeated? It does look low. I understand. 3.5 points. I would rather, if I'm fading undefeated Miami, Ohio, I'm taking the money line in these games. Why am I doing 3.5? Are they going to lose? They're going to lose by a bucket? Listen, if you're in for a bucket, you're in for the win. 86-84 in Miami. No, this is strictly a money line game. You know what? I'm going to be adding this to my free pick roll here. Miami, Ohio. Plus 140. Here we go. Excuse me, I said Miami, Ohio. I meant UMass. Plus the 140 versus Miami, Ohio. So there's that. Next up, Sandu. When do conference tournaments start? They start up on March the 3rd. March 3rd. Jake's leading SMU also. Dad, I'll bet the game. Yeah, I mean, listen, I lean in. Am I betting it? No. Surprised the Ohio State line and the NC State line. One seems short, one seems heavy. Ohio State and NC State. Hold on. Let me find them here on the board. NC State 6.5 over North Carolina. So we got a little rivalry action here. Yeah, you know what? That is, I mean, you look at the 6, right? You're like, oh boy. Here's the problem, Dan. You see these big numbers, and they've been yes and no, right? Arizona laying 9, didn't get it done. Iowa State against Kansas, got it done. Florida versus Georgia laying 9. That line's down to 7, I think, for this rematch here. If I remember. So, no, Kentucky, Georgia. Kentucky, Georgia was 9.5. It's 6.5 now. But like those kind of games where I see a big line, I'm like, boy, they're begging me to take the dog. I got to take the favorite. They've been splitting. A lot of them seems, yeah, it does seem heavy. But on the same token, I want to do the. I want to take State here. I want to take the State. And your other game was Big Ten Whiskey, Ohio State. I'll tell you what, man. This one doesn't seem short. I got to tell you, man. I think Wisconsin's a tough program. I mean, go look at some of these Wisconsin wins. They beat Illinois on the road, 92-90. Follow that up, beating Michigan State handily. Like you play a close game, you think the next one maybe it slipped away. I mean, they lost that game in Indiana 78-77 on the road. Followed it up with a big road win, 92-90 Illinois. And then at home versus Michigan State, you throttled them. Remember, these guys also beat Michigan. I'm not again, rematch, you go with the home team. I'm not in love with Ohio State. I'm not in love with that. I'd be more whiskey. Let's look at past results. We'll go all the way back to the beginning here. Where's the big wins? What do we got here? IUP, Fort Wayne, Appalachian, Notre Dame, Western Michigan, Mount St. Mary's. You lost to Pitt. You beat West Virginia. I'm going to West Virginia this year. Lost to Illinois by 8. Lost to North Carolina. You lost to Nebraska. Lost to Washington. Lost to Michigan. Lost to Wisconsin. You lost to Michigan. You lost Virginia. Every good team they've played, they've lost to. And I don't tell you some borderline tournament team. I mean like a good team. You lost to them all. I'm gonna tell you whiskey before I tell you NC State, but those are the two I like there. Good to see you, Gio. Yeah, it's almost bet K-State, complete disaster season, fire tang. You had a drama there at home versus Baylor as a dog. I mean, that's the auto play, right? That's the look. Fired coach. The guy called you out, called out the entire team. We're going to take jerseys away from you guys. You stink. And your DraftKings, that's 4.5. MGM is 3.5. The books in the water have 4. I think it's worth 4.5. They got to show. You got to be a man and show up for a game, don't you? Let's go. Added pleasure. Kansas State. I can't get to. We're adding it. We added it into the chat. We added it into the freebies. I don't think I can get to a money line play on them. That would have to be a no. That would be a no for me. And the points, we'll take them. I don't know how you bet against Miami, Ohio. This is the third time I've seen them as short road faves in the last couple of weeks, and they've destroyed each team by double digits. And that's the thing. They are still being power rated as like a team in in the 80s, like the low. That not even a team getting into the NCAA tournament without winning their conference tournament. All I'm saying for the money line play here is 3. What do I think? I mean, if I think they lose by 2, the team could win. On the road, 2.5 at Marshall, 16 points. -4.5 at Buffalo, win by 2. 1.5 dog at Kent State, win by 6 in overtime. There's the other, Buffalo was an OT game. They were 10-point favorites that one. At Toledo, 1.5-point dog, win by 14. At Bowling Green, 6.5-point dog, win by 10. Ball State, 7, they win by 9. 1.5 at Wright State, win by 6. 5.5 Eastern Kentucky, win by 10. -6.5 at NC Asheville, win by 3 in OT. Again, this is non-conference schedule. Neutral court, Greensboro, win by 11, giving 10. Air Force, 10.5, winning by 15 there. But in conference play, look at these, 2.5. Look at them, even being at home, 2.5. Excuse me, 7.5. Well, 16 versus NIU. Northern Illinois is falling off a cliff. UMass, 9.5. UMass covered that one. Again, underdogs. This team is, even when they're, look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13-0. This is basically New Year's. 6.5-point road dog, 4.5-point home dog. So it was a 13, 14, 15-0. 15-0 lane, 15, 16-0. 16-0 on the road, catching points. They win by 14. Justin says UMass wins outright. Air Force and the points versus New Mexico. I'm not interested in that game. Just because it's big points does not mean you take them. New Mexico is like a top 50 team. They're not bad. They're not bad. Whiskey 25-1 make the Final Four. I like it. I think they can. They can be dangerous, Justin. Short week for Wisconsin. It's like a pick 'em. I thought it would be Whiskey like 5.5. Oh, you thought Whiskey would be favored in this game. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I mean, Ohio State's teams lose on the road. So I'm not shocked that they're a 1-point fave there. Did this switch over? I thought they were a 1-point dog. They were. This game was a pick 'em 1, and now they're 1-point fave. Okay, interesting. I still like Whiskey. I can still get behind Whiskey. College basketball futures for King D. Arkansas and Arizona. I mean, they're young, they are good. I don't know about Arkansas. Michael B. If things are going better, I take Arizona State. A bunch of other sketchy lines tomorrow. How's Iowa plus 1.5 versus Nebraska? I mean, Tech on the road. I know they pulled. They beat Arizona. They've also beaten Houston. So this team is not a bad squad. Do you want to take Arizona State in that spot off of the Tech big win? I mean, Nebraska, a 1-point favorite at home. They're minus 1.5, Michael. They're not plus. They're minus. The Arkansas on the road. Oh. And that's the thing with Arkansas. They're just the SEC to me. I mean, they're good like that. I lump them all together: Arkansas, Alabama, Tennessee. They're all interchangeable. It's an interchangeable group to me. They win a game, they lose. I mean, Arkansas, you lose against Michigan State. Is that a bad loss? No. You lost to Duke on a neutral. Is that bad? No. Lost to Houston on a neutral. How am I complaining about that? I got two teams in the top 5 right there. You lost at Auburn. I'm not. That's not a bad loss. Again, it was by 22 points. That could be bad. You lose by, what is this? 14 at Georgia. Not good. 9-point loss at home versus Kentucky. I don't think it's as much as I'm on the road. I just think against the elite team, where is the win? Now you beat Texas Tech on a neutral. I'm going to give you credit for that one. You'll definitely get a thumbs up there. You beat Tennessee at home. Again, this is a problem when you have like 10 teams, 12 teams ranked. Like, oh, well, it's a ranked team. You know, how good? Cal's good for a Sweet 16 run. I just don't like it as much as something else. I mean, is it worth a shot? I'm not going to say it isn't worth a shot. But I'm just not that high on Arkansas. Michael B is heading out. I'm trying to lay in college basketball tournament time, and you're ready for NBA on Thursday. There you go. GW plus the 6.5. Did we have GW the other day? Was that my big Friday night best bet that we have against Mason? Was that who we had in that battle Friday night? The CAA or the A10 or whatever it is, A10, right? George Washington. Here we go. Yes, they crushed George Mason. So you like them again here versus VCU. VCU 8-2 in the last 10 in the series. Haven't met yet this year. GW again with the win. That's 2 straight after 4 straight losses. And 6-7. They've turned it a little bit. 9-1 straight up run for VCU. Not covering, though. Not covering. At home. Dayton, you covered 8.5. Low Shy, you didn't cover 20 or 18.5. 12.5 at Richmond. You couldn't cover that at home. 14.5 St. Joe's at home. Now we've cut those spreads in half. You want to take them? I could agree with it. Get the pen out. Houston, first half. I like Houston. Listen, first half in game. I'm with you on Houston there. Lose here. Beat Arizona. And then what? Probably lose to Kansas. Maybe they beat Kansas. Ugly game. But yeah, I'm with you on Houston. No, Michael B, they'll play good in the tournament. Yeah, with Cal. Here we go, Mr. Weskers. Take a shot out there for Robert Duvall. Yeah, I mean, you got to love him in Apocalypse Now. Apocalypse Now, colors, fabulous. At GW, yeah. I posted a write-up dad on YouTube for it. I'm like, oh, look at this. The team's got 21 wins, 4 losses, and they're a dog. How easy it is to take George Mason here. Yeah, that was. I hate saying games are easy. It's easy to say after the fact, but again, that was we were right on that one. Bill saw 41 at home on Mondays. All right. I love the smell of lattes in the morning. It smells like victory. St. Louis, Rhode Island. Here's another group. We're at 24-1 St. Louis. These guys just keep winning. 24-1. 11-point faves over the roadies. Haven't played this year. St. Louis with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight wins over Rhode Island. 8-2 straight up. 7-3 ATS. 10-0 straight up in the last 10 this year. 6-4 ATS run. 5-5 across the board there for Rhodey. Have dropped 3 of 4. Are they looking to VCU next game, King D? Is that why you say, you know what? Maybe they play a close one here? You beat Low Shy. You covered the 20. Right? I mean, 86-59, no problem. 10 on the road at Davidson, you won by 9 or 9.5, still not covering. Bonnie's 8.5, you took care of business by 35. Duquesne, 4. So they didn't cover the first half of that one. LaSalle, 16, you won by 12. I mean, my thought on this would be you're looking at Rhode Island because St. Louis has VCU up next, and you think they keep it within 10. I understand the thinking. Texas. Where's Texas? Nine and a half versus LSU. These guys. LSU. What happened to this program? Terrible. 2-8 straight up. Oh my goodness. You want to lay it here? I mean, you got the lock. Justin's got the lock emoji. Penn is out because of a lock emoji. Justin, lock emoji. Texas minus 10.5. Doggy tomorrow, Virginia Tech, Clemson win. Then drop a home game to Florida State. Now you get Miami, who's off a stolen game at NC State. Let's look into the ACC for Tuesday. Virginia Tech, Miami. We're catching 8.5 points with the Hokies. I like it. Miami 3-6-1 ATS in a series. Let's see, Miami 4-6 ATS run overall. They are 7-3, but again, underdog. Favorite not covering 8.5. Favorite not covering 11.5. Favorite not covering 9.5. Favorite covering 2.5 on the road. Favorite not covering 10.5 at home. Doggy. Favorite against Notre Dame. Favorite 15.5 not covering. So, yeah, I mean, you have 3 doggy spots on here. You take them away and get their favorites 0-1, 0-2, 0-3, 1-3, 1-4, 1-5. Virginia Tech. I like it. We're adding. I'm gonna have to add a couple of these. I think I'm gonna have to play myself too. Virginia Tech plus 8.5. And just like that, we are on the board with another free pick winner for you. Fresno, Justin, a double lock emoji. Fresno plus 9.5. All right, where's Fresno? Probably a late game. Where are they here on my sheet? I can't find them on my sheet. Let me just go up to the conference rundown and find it out. It'll be easier, maybe. Nevada. Oh, here it is. The bottom here against Wyoming. Fresno, Wyoming. 9 points. What the heck's going on with this one? I got this at 6. I got this number at 6. I got 9. Fresno won 63-60. They won 62-58 last year. 83-72, Wyoming was an overtime winner, 77-73. I mean, 3 of the last 4 games, it's been all Fresno. 1 an overtime win. 8-2 ATS run for Fresno. 3-7 ATS run for Wyoming. Is somebody out for Fresno? Fresno +9. Here we go. Fresno +9. What are we doing? Yes, Fresno, we got it. We've added a couple games since the show began. We've added. That's it. We've added a couple games. Nebraska +1, a lock from Dylan. Nebraska lock. See, this one's a little bit trickier here with the short number. They are a good team. I just don't like these little short numbers like this, Dylan. That is just me. I like Nebraska. Honestly, though, in this spot, I'm not going to bet them. They're not a free pick. Definitely, I'm not going to put my money on them. If I had to, I would not. I would be on the other side probably in this game. Probably on the other side. Writing down all these plays here. Michigan State under. UMass +140 on the money line. K-State +4.5. Virginia Tech +8.5. Fresno +9. South Vizermina, I guess that's South Carolina. You got your fingers crisscrossed, applesauced up. 23.5 with this game. Again, when we're talking big conferences and 20-point spreads, I am out. I am out. I'm not these don't fit my usual dogs, Justin. You follow. I mean, tomorrow, Wednesday, I got 8 dogs I'm looking at from wacky conferences. I don't run to just big dogs because they're big dogs. Dylan, Grand Canyon, lock emoji. Oh, who do we got here? Grand Canyon, San Diego State. Eight and a half points. It was 7.5 earlier. Total's gotten up 2 from 136. Grand Canyon 4-1. Straight up versus these cats, huh? Beat them by 1, 70-69 last game. 4-1, but you know what? These don't count. We're going back to 2015, 2016. No, we'll throw all those games out. Even 2023 was 3 years ago. Forget about those numbers. Let's look at down the stretch here. San Diego State playing well. 8-2. Straight up, 7-3 ATS. They lost to Grand Canyon by 1. At Utah State by 5. They were getting 6 there. They're playing good ball here. Grand Canyon -1.5 loser. -2.5. They lost both of those outright. Terrible. Not covering 24. I get it. They win by 23. You win by 24. You lose by 0.5 in that one. That's a tough one. 3.5-point dog losing by 6 on the road. 4-point favorite winning by 11 on the road. 6-point dog losing by you know what? It's a nice number. Dylan, looking at how they're playing here, I'm not interested in the 8 points. That'll be a no for me. That'll be no. I'll pull for you again. If I'm not bending, I hope I'm wrong. But you're asking, and I'm telling. There you go. Man, almost an hour. There we go. It's like the old days. Hour-long look at line shows. I feel a little better now. I was all annoyed I couldn't get anything on the X before. Now we're getting 75 people watching, going for 50 minutes. That's rejuvenates me for the conference tournaments. All right. We'll post the picks again here. They're scrolling. We'll just put them up big time. Iowa State. That's wrong. That was today's games that we cashed. Here we go. Purdue plus 105. I'll put them in the chat as well for those coming into YouTube. Purdue on the money line. Plus 105 against Michigan. Central Michigan plus 5. Ball State plus 9.5. Tennessee Martin minus the 3. Michigan State under 140.5. UMass plus 140. That is a money line play on UMass. Kansas State plus 4.5. Virginia Tech plus 8.5. Fresno plus 9. There you go. There you go. King's laughing at me. UCLA plus the 9. I'm more like the under in this game. Do I expect UCLA to have a I don't know if a bounce back's the right word. Terrible second half in their last game. But the problem is that Michigan State was so bad they got 92 points. Give me the under. Give me the under. That is it for your look ahead line show here for Tuesday. I will be back at noon. We'll talk about these games again. I don't know if we'll get an hour of it, depending who's here. Maybe. But thanks for stopping by tonight. Good to see everybody. And the new guys, Dylan, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. My guy Justin loves the big dogs. Stan's Rants was here, and the regulars, King D, Mr. Weskers, Mike B, all the regular crew. I appreciate all you guys coming in. So stop Gio in here. So thanks for that. I'll be back tomorrow for midday money. The room's already set up for tomorrow. So there's that. Hit the like button on the videos. I'm out here. iHeartRadio for the replay. Good night. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.